Hi, you're listening to Engagement Drivers, presented by EveryoneSocial. Each week, we'll share actionable tips, strategies, and success stories that you and your teams can use to steer your brand, social, and employee engagement in the right direction.
Hi there, my name is Bobby Olson, and I'm the Associate Copywriter here at EveryoneSocial. This week, we've got another solo podcast for you, where I'll be talking about 6 tips we have for you for getting your employees more active in your social media marketing efforts. By now, most organizations recognize the value of their brand actively engaging in social media marketing, and the most popular platforms, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and so on, aren't going anywhere anytime soon. The truth is, social platforms provide you direct access to the people who matter most for your business. So if your current marketing strategy doesn't emphasize social, you're missing out. One part of social marketing that's growing quickly is getting employees involved. I'll be covering a few ways you can gently nudge your employees to post more about work stuff on social, but first I want to briefly talk about why employee advocacy is so important to begin with. So I found a few general social media stats that I thought were interesting and I wanted to share. For instance, 75% of male internet users and 83% of female internet users are on Facebook. That's not a country or a region, that's the world. The entire internet, that's how much of it is on Facebook. LinkedIn alone boasts over 500 million user profiles. 93% of Pinterest users use the platform to plan or make purchases. And almost 80% of the time all these people are spending on social media is happening on mobile. So with numbers like these, it makes sense that social media plays a huge role in the marketing strategy of many companies. When it comes to managing social media, your company may already have people dedicated to social strategy who run the accounts, and while it's essential to have an individual or team managing the business of social media, your marketing efforts will be far more successful if you get most, if not all, of your employees involved in some capacity. Why is that? Well, while we were researching the topic for our employee advocacy guide, we came across a few more interesting stats that I'll share with you. Your employees have, on average, just over 1,000 social connections, a number that continues to grow. Employees generally have 5 times more reach than corporate branded accounts. And social media followers of your employees are 7 times more likely to convert as a lead. Interestingly, a recent Nielsen study found that 84% of people trust recommendations from friends, family, and even colleagues over other forms of marketing. In other words, your company's social accounts are important for sharing, interacting with customers or clients, and establishing a brand presence, but your employees' social connections can significantly amplify brand visibility, increase lead quality, drive web traffic, and boost social recruiting. So, without further ado, here are tips for getting your employees on board. The first is to have a clear and accessible social media policy. Before you even consider getting employees involved as brand advocates, it's important to have an accessible social media policy in place. Oftentimes, especially at larger companies, not all employees are aware of the current social media policies. If employees aren't aware of them and what is or is not okay to post online, they may worry about the potential repercussions of what they share and instead not participate at all. Make your company's social media policy easy for employees to access at any time, and above all, make it simple and to the point. Employees are already busy with their jobs. If you add tons of rules and regulations to this, it'll sound like a lot of work and serve as a roadblock to their participation. The next tip we have for you is to share the company's social media goals and mission. The reasoning behind any social media initiatives should be clearly defined by the company. Why does this matter? And ultimately, what is the end goal? If executives aren't sure why this is important or what the objectives are, why would other lower-level employees care to participate? Additionally, being very transparent about your goals helps encourage participation and can improve company culture, while also preventing mistrust in the brand from brewing beneath the surface. Share monthly reports of the employee efforts from social media. Provide the data that shows how everyone is contributing and actually making a difference. It'll encourage other employees who may have been hesitant to join their more socially active colleagues. Speaking of reluctant employees, a great way to motivate people is through gamification. While gamification typically refers to mobile apps or video games, the same concept can be applied to getting more employees involved in social media marketing by incentivizing their participation. This way, your company doesn't make it seem like participating is required, but those who do get involved have a chance to receive some sort of reward. For example, our employee advocacy and social selling software displays a leaderboard that shows the top people who are sharing content, getting engagements, clicks, shares, and so on. That leaderboard can be used to reward the top participants, whether it's on a weekly, monthly, quarterly, or however often basis. Rewards can be anything, really. They can be lunch on the company's dime, or gift cards, or extra time off, donations to charity and employees' names, opportunities to post guest blogs on the company website, even shout-outs from company executives on LinkedIn. Besides the potential reward, A little internal friendly competition never hurts anyone. You can also create competitions between various departments or for specific campaign initiatives, and then share those results. Just remember that you can't rely too heavily on gamification, otherwise it might hurt you in the long run. I won't cover why in detail here, but that's something we did write about on our blog if you want to go check it out. Another way to get employees involved is to simply encourage them without forcing the issue. Making this process seem like another job duty or, in a sense, a chore will only harm participation. Even if they are forced into participating, your employees' involvement will absolutely be more robotic, less interesting, and may actually cause them to be more disengaged. That only defeats the purpose of getting employees active in the first place. As new hires join the company, ensure right away that they know where the social media policies are and what they mean. It should be clear that your company encourages getting involved. If you use an employee advocacy tool like EveryoneSocial, host regular training sessions or webinars for employees who are interested in getting involved. More importantly, explain to employees at any chance how this participation not only benefits the company, but helps them individually as well, with personal brand development, professional growth, thought leadership, and so on. You want to show that getting involved in social media marketing is mutually beneficial, not just one-sided. The next tip? Allow open dialogue. Although sharing and engaging with content is a priority, it's also important to make sure you encourage employees to provide feedback. This feedback is what can help improve your social media policy, your gamification process, and help other employees improve how they engage in social media marketing. While it can certainly be a challenge to create open communication across all departments company-wide, part of the solution could be to create a monthly or even bi-weekly meeting for the most active social media participants, no matter which department, where they can ask questions, report observations, provide tips, discuss what's working and what isn't, and so on. There shouldn't be any wrong or right answers in this session. It should just be a completely open discussion where everyone can improve their social media marketing tactics. It's important to consider using collaboration tools as well. For example, an employee advocacy solution, hint hint, offers social collaboration in one centralized location for internal use. Employees can like and share articles, leave comments, tag other departments, provide feedback, host sales or marketing collateral, and share to their individual social media accounts on the fly. However, other tools become important too, like using a dedicated Slack channel for social involved employees, or utilizing project management tools like Trello, where you can collaborate on specific objectives. My last tip for you is to utilize more third-party content than branded content. Yes, I know this sounds counterintuitive because you might be driving content to other resources, but it will still benefit your company in the long run. Sharing quality third-party content shows your company is an industry leader that's on top of the latest content and industry-specific trends. More importantly, it lets employees showcase their individual expertise and can even help boost their career growth. Not all companies will be able to pull off internal social campaigns like the ones EA or Dell have done over the years. However, with executives who support your efforts, these tips, and a little patience, your company will reap the benefits too. If you found any of this interesting and would like to learn more, I encourage you to visit our blog or check out some of our other podcast episodes. We have more content than we know what to do with, so I'm sure you'll find a few gems.
Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with more engagement insights. Want to know how EveryoneSocial can provide you with the tools needed to keep everyone at your company connected, informed, creating, and sharing? Visit EveryoneSocial.com to learn more.